welcome to another episode of Hackers Misadventures in Scale Modeling. Today, I have a treat. I got my model from Models Plus. Now, I seen this one come up on my Facebook feed, and I wanted one. Now, let me find the knife here. Now, this particular kit comes in two versions. It comes in, wheeled version for both land and carrier, and it also comes in a float version. I bought the wheeled version, at least for now anyway. Let's see what we have. Let's get this packed up real good. Recycle. Alright. There we go. Oh, at least they taped it well. Over here, I'm it. Taped and bubble wrapped. Man, they did a good job on it. Breaking in the fork nuts. There we go. And there we are. We have a Martin T4M wheeled version. It's a torpedo bomber. It gives you 4 versions. You got Saratoga, Lexington, well, 1 Saratoga and 4 Lexingtons. I think I would go with probably this one, because that's the one on the box. So let's have a look at the contents, shall we? Open the box, and we got nicely packaged kit. Well, this is interesting. I just noticed something. Where's the instructions? Where's the instructions? Okay. So, let's have a look. Shall we? Oh, good. Bag things. Receivable bag. That's good. Let's pull this all out. Shall we? Keep the bag, because we're going to put it back in later. Okay, let's look at the instructions. No, I forgot to turn on the light. Gosh darn it. Anyways. Get a nice description. Tells you it was created by Glenn Martin Company in 1927. It was ordered the same year in 102 pieces. The aircraft had a fuselage welded from aluminum tubes, and wings had metal beams. Everything was covered in canvas. obviously date period. So let's look. So first off, it tells you not to use the floats, because this is the wheeled version, and not to use the other parts for it, which is fine. Floats can always come in handy for other projects. You get, let's see, instruction sheets. Okay, you get your wings and all your parts on here. It doesn't give you paint companies or not on your color code, but you know what? There's enough companies out there to make enough paint that you could find the appropriate paint. So we start off by adding the control surface to your wings and your horizontal stabilizers. You're putting a floor in and various other tubes and frames to hold it in. Bring it up here a little closer so you can see. Let me turn the page. Then you add your instrument panels and all your rudders and that, your seats. And then you put some other parts by the looks of it on here, and then you put the seats together. You put your underside wings on, your struts. You put your tail surfaces on the back. Looks like the rudder, no, vertical stabilizer on the rudder are separate again, so you can pose them if you wish. You build your machine gun, you put it on the back, you put your wing on, you put your supports for your horizontal stabilizer underneath and your arrestor hook. Then you build your I'm not too sure if it's telling me if I have to assemble the engine or they just give me a paint here. But it looks like you have to assemble your engine. There's the front and the back cylinder rows. You put the cap on the front and your propeller. You assemble your landing gear and you put those on. Then it looks like you assemble your torpedo and you put it up underneath. And then it gives you, tells you how it looks, and then it gives you a wiring schematic for your braces and stuff. Then it gives you the paint profiles. I've always been a sucker for these between the war naval colors, the big yellow wings and the blues and the reds and stuff, and big silver bodies. Obviously, you would have to paint that. You would have to paint that aluminum, like aluminum dope, and then you would have to paint that a metal. So there's what we got so far. Nice so far. So let's have a look here. Nice detail here. You can see it's for the, if I can get my thing to focus. Focus. Let's see what we got here. Help us focus. There. Fuel for the fuel tank. I don't know if you I don't know, they're supposed to have a hose running down from the fuel tank on the top to the engine or not. I have to check. But it's got nice fabric detail on here. I would say it's folded wing because you can see it here, but it doesn't come with a folded wing option, so you would have to check your research on this, which I was planning to do if I do build it. So the points where you attach your struts, I don't know, they're a little too shallow. They seem to be a little too shallow for my liking. If I can get the girl to focus here. There we go. I think they're a little too shallow. You may have to drill those out just a tiny bit to give yourself a little bit more meat on it, but otherwise, that looks good. Got all the fuselage parts here. Remember, you're not supposed to use the floats, so the floats might come in handy for something else. Got a nice torpedo. This is the cockpit. The struts, nice struts. Here's the fuselage. Nice fabric detail on the fuselage. Nice detail on the cowling. Flip it over. Nice meaty interior. Nice meaty interior. You would have to paint the whole thing in interior color, which probably is silver. The tubing, I'm not too sure. You would have to look it up. I'm pretty sure it'd be silver too, because they didn't do interior greens until almost the mid 30s. So this is a 19. What year is it? What year was it made? 1927. 27. So yeah, I have a silver interior because if I remember correctly, the Vindicator had a silver interior. But anyways, we digress here. Got a nice propeller. The fabric detail is really nice on this. See, there's your vertical stabilizer. There's under your wings. This is your lower wings. There's the detail parts for inside the cockpit. They're really thin. I would be very careful taking those out. Looks like one's already broke. Yeah, one's already broke. You may end up having to replace it with a scratch built version. The struts are nice. What's the wheels look like? Wheels are typical. Looks like there's an ejection pin. Is that an ejection pin? Not sure. Or is it just the way it looks? Oh, I know what's happened. It's not molded right. See that? It's not molded right. At least I don't think so. I'll have to check the instructions on the wheels. Maybe they do have left and rights. Wouldn't really matter. Doesn't say. And I can't really tell from the picture either. Oh well, if you have to fix it, you have to fix it. It's nothing really serious. Nothing a good modeler can't handle. You got nice instrument panel detail. No, you wouldn't get much. You wouldn't get much on it because, really, how much instruments did they have in them days? You got this the steering wheels for the column. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I looked at it. You look at these things. Yep, that's what it is. See them right there, the red and the red. Okay. So we got that, and then we have this. Now I'll have to reseal this decal sheet up. But let's have a look. We're not finished with the parts yet because I need this. You get an engine, resin engine, with your cylinders. Cylinders on there. Now, let's see. I got a piece of paper here. Let's see if we can get this to focus a little bit better. Okay. There. See, you got that cylinders. You got the rods in the back. You got the push rods and that. Nice. Not bad. Get other little tiny parts to go with it, like the exhaust. More exhausts. You get two sets of cylinders. You get 2 sets of cylinders. So it's a 10-cylinder engine, I think. Get the engine block. Get the front. Now, I'm looking at this thing here. And something struck me as curious. Let me check here before I jump to conclusions. I'm looking for the rest of the engine. According to the instructions, when assembling the engine, no, that's all. It's only a single roll. Okay. I thought it was a double roll. Excuse me for not paying attention. Okay. But you get 2 sets of cylinders. So it's all. Maybe it's because in case you screw them up. Because there's how many cylinders on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cylinders, and I got 10. Oh well. Spares. Now you also get. I'll put this whole back in the bag before I lose all the tiny pieces. Resin has a bad tendency to have all these pieces break off. You're going to have a steady hand to build that engine. For sure. So now we got the clear parts. And they're fairly flat. Though they're fairly clear. Let me get the instruction sheet and show you. You can see it's fairly clear. Even the round ones, even though they're a tad thick. Windscreen seems to be clear. I can see through it, so that's good. Now the Deco Sheet looks like their own, doesn't say who actually prints it, just has their logo on the bottom. But they look good, they look nice. They should be alright to use. I would have to pick some one I won't need and test it, but otherwise they look fairly nice. Registration's good. So this should be interesting to build. And that is the Models Plus Martin T4M wheeled version torpedo bomber. And I hope you enjoyed this, and remember, every build's an adventure, so go make it awesome, and you have a nice day.